Search continues. Search continues for dozens missing in deadly Texas floods. According to Reuters, search teams in Central Texas are continuing to look for dozens of people still missing after catastrophic flash floods killed at least 78 individuals, including 28 children. The event, which swept away homes and vehicles along the Guadalupe River, has devastated local communities. With forecasts predicting more heavy rain and thunderstorms, rescue and recovery efforts are proceeding with urgency amid challenging conditions and the threat of further flooding in the region. Israel and Hamas reportedly inching closer to new Gaza ceasefire. According to the Associated Press, Israel and Hamas are reportedly moving closer to a new ceasefire agreement for Gaza. The potential deal is a central topic of discussion as Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is scheduled to meet with U.S. President Donald Trump at the White House. Details of the proposed truce, which aims to halt the protracted conflict and facilitate humanitarian aid, are being actively negotiated by international mediators seeking to de-escalate regional tensions. Crew abandons Greek-owned ship after Houthi attack in Red Sea. According to the Associated Press, the crew of a Liberian-flagged, Greek-owned bulk carrier has abandoned the vessel after it was attacked in the Red Sea. Yemen's Houthi rebels claimed responsibility for the attack on the ship, identified as the Magic Seas, which is now reportedly taking on water and at risk of sinking. The UK military confirmed the evacuation, highlighting the persistent threat to international shipping lanes in the vital maritime corridor. Russia launches over 100 drones at Ukraine in widespread attack. According to the Associated Press, Russia has launched a massive aerial assault on Ukraine, firing over 100 drones at targets across the country. In the city of Kharkiv, the attacks wounded at least 43 people. The widespread strikes come as Ukraine faces significant battlefield challenges, prompting President Volodymyr Zelensky to issue renewed calls to international allies for more robust military support to defend against Russia's escalating aggression. Australian woman convicted of murder in poison mushroom case. According to Reuters, an Australian woman, Erin Patterson, has been convicted of murdering 3 relatives of her estranged husband and attempting to murder a 4th by serving them a meal laced with poisonous death-cap mushrooms. The high-profile case, which centered on a fatal beef Wellington lunch, concluded after Patterson's decision to testify in her own defense failed to convince the jury of her innocence. The verdict marks the end of a trial that has captivated the nation. Kenyan police clash with protesters during demonstrations in Nairobi. According to Reuters, police in Nairobi fired on advancing crowds of protesters, leading to violent clashes in the Kenyan capital. At least one person was reported injured during the demonstrations, which followed the death of a prominent blogger while in police custody last month. The unrest reflects growing public anger and political tensions within the country, with activists demanding accountability and police reform in response to recent events. Indonesian volcano erupts, sending ash plume 11 miles high. According to the Associated Press, Indonesia's Mount Liwa Tobi Laki-Laki volcano has erupted, spewing a massive column of ash approximately 11 miles, 17.7 kilometers, into the atmosphere. The powerful eruption has prompted local authorities to issue warnings and monitor the situation for potential impacts on aviation and nearby communities. Indonesia, situated on the Pacific Ring of Fire, frequently experiences seismic and volcanic activity. Typhoon Danas crosses Taiwan, killing 2 and injuring over 300. According to the Associated Press, Typhoon Danas has swept across Taiwan, resulting in the deaths of at least 2 people and injuring more than 300 others. The powerful storm brought high winds and torrential rain, causing widespread disruptions, including property damage and power outages. Emergency services are actively engaged in response and recovery efforts as the island nation begins to assess the full extent of the typhoon's impact. U.S. tariffs on European goods threaten major trade relationship. According to the Associated Press, new U.S. tariffs on European goods are poised to disrupt the world's largest trade relationship. The measures are part of a broader trade strategy by the Trump administration, which is pressuring partners to finalize new deals ahead of an approaching deadline. The European Union has expressed hope for a negotiated settlement but is preparing for the economic fallout should the tariffs be fully implemented, raising concerns about global trade stability. BRICS bloc condemns rising global tariffs at Brazil summit. According to the Associated Press, the BRICS group of nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, has condemned rising protectionist trade measures and attacks on Iran in its latest summit declaration. Meeting in Rio de Janeiro, the bloc criticized the increase in global tariffs, expressing concern about their impact on international trade. The statement comes as the U.S. threatens additional tariffs on countries aligning with what it terms anti-American policies of the group. China's export controls on rare earths disrupt auto supply chain. According to Reuters, China's new export controls on rare earth minerals are causing significant disruptions for global businesses, particularly halting parts of the automotive supply chain. While the policy benefits Beijing by giving it strategic leverage, it creates major challenges for international companies that rely on these critical materials for manufacturing advanced components. The controls exacerbate difficulties for firms already struggling with a sluggish global economy. German industrial output rose more than expected in May. According to Reuters, industrial output in Germany rose more than analysts had forecast in the month of May, providing a positive signal for Europe's largest economy. The unexpected increase suggests a degree of resilience in the German industrial sector despite facing headwinds from global trade tensions and supply chain issues. The data offers a potential sign of stabilization amid broader economic uncertainty across the continent. Samsung Electronics projects 39% drop in Q2 profit. According to Reuters, Samsung Electronics has forecast a 39% decline in its second quarter operating profit. The South Korean technology giant attributed the significant drop primarily to weak sales in its AI chip division, reflecting broader volatility and intense competition within the global semiconductor market. The projection underscores the challenges facing major chipmakers as demand fluctuates and the technology landscape continues to evolve rapidly. Shell flags profit hit from weakness in gas and chemicals trading. According to Reuters, energy major Shell has indicated that its upcoming quarterly profits will be negatively impacted by weakness in its natural gas trading and chemicals businesses. The announcement signals that challenging market conditions are affecting key segments of the company's operations. The expected profit hit reflects broader trends in the global energy and petrochemical sectors, where demand and pricing have faced significant pressure. Apple takes fight against $587 million EU antitrust fine to court. According to Reuters, Apple is legally challenging a $587 million antitrust fine imposed by the European Union. The company will argue its case in court against the penalty, which was levied over rules concerning its App Store and music streaming competitors. The legal battle represents a significant confrontation between the U.S. tech giant and European regulators, who have been increasingly assertive in enforcing competition law against major technology firms. Elon Musk forms America Party, drawing criticism from Donald Trump. According to Reuters, Elon Musk has announced the formation of a new political party, the America Party, a move that drew immediate criticism from former U.S. President Donald Trump. Trump called the initiative ridiculous and criticized Musk's business interests. The announcement has caused concern among Tesla investors about Musk's focus, contributing to a nearly 7% drop in the company's pre-market share price amid ongoing sales declines. Capgemini to acquire outsourcing firm WNS for $3.3 billion. According to Reuters, French technology consulting firm Capgemini has announced it will acquire outsourcing and technology services company WNS for $3.3 billion. The acquisition is part of Capgemini's strategic push to expand its capabilities, particularly in artificial intelligence and business process management. The deal reflects a broader trend of consolidation within the IT services industry as firms seek to enhance their offerings and